What is up, you guys? This is Mark Marone from P. Sherman Productions, here to bring you the top 10 films of 2016. Before we begin, I have some disclaimers. These are the films that I have seen this year. I have not seen every film this year, and also there were films that were released on December 25th that will have a wide release by January 13th, like Martin Scorsese's Silence, so I was not able to look at those films. But with this considered, let's start with the list. At number 10, we have Rams. This is a foreign film from Iceland that is one of the most obscure yet unique viewing experiences one will ever have. Its premise is very simple and different, but as the plot thickens, it becomes very dark. Sure, there is some comedy sprinkled throughout, but by the time we reach its dramatic ending, it seems like a distant memory. This is definitely one of the most original stories ever told. Next up, we have Don't Breathe. This is the most thrilling film experience of 2016. This film echoes 1967's Wait Until Dark, which featured Audrey Hepburn. However, as thrilling as the last 10 minutes were of Wait Until Dark, Don't Breathe is thrilling for an hour and a half. I found myself on the edge of my seat from beginning to end because it was very smart and it had no cheap gags or jump scares. At number 8, we have Fences, and usually I dislike these kinds of films. It's a small cast in a small setting, and they have unbearable long dialogue conversations. For example, films like Roman Polanski's Carnage just become annoying and even old by the time we reach its ending. However, Denzel Washington does a fine job in this play-to-film adaptation. The performances are fantastic, especially when Washington and Jovan Adepo are on the screen together. The story becomes very dramatic down the stretch, and it gives an interesting look into an African-American family in the 1950s and how they dealt with certain situations. It is unbelievable how Denzel Washington actually pulled this off. At number 7, we have Nocturnal Animals. The psychodrama has fine performances and original way of storytelling, beautiful in its cinematography and symbolism, along with having enough layers to emulate a deeper meaning to the film. It begins with one of the worst introductions in film history. However, by the time the film is over, the introduction seems like a distant memory. The supporting cast of Michael Shannon and Aaron Taylor Johnson shine. Shannon plays a really bad dude, and Johnson comes off as a complete scumbag. But that's simply great acting. This is a film that is great on its own, but the more one thinks about it, the more interesting the film becomes. Here at number 6, we have The Nice Guys, the mystery crime comedy that starred Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, flew under the radar this summer. However, it is appreciated here on my top 10 list. Director Shane Black does a superb job in capturing a funky 1970s Los Angeles, while also providing the perfect balance of laughs, action, and some drama. It is apparent while watching this film that Gosling and Crowe have incredible chemistry, and they balance each other out perfectly. Additionally, the performance by Angourie Rice is unbelievable. At 20 years old, I feel very underaccomplished while watching her act. At number 5, we have The Magnificent Seven. The original Magnificent Seven was strong in its star power, but lacked in its entertainment. Luckily this year, director Antoine Fuqua gave the touch-up this film needed 55 years ago. The assembled cast have great chemistry, with Denzel Washington leading the charge. Its action sequences are exciting and provide fun for the entire audience. Additionally, Fuqua made an exciting western which helped revitalize the dying genre. At number 4, we have Elle. The French film has a little bit of everything: thrills, drama, dark comedy, and some forbidden affairs. However, the most perplexing feature of the entire film is its main character. By around halfway through the movie, one would think the situation would be resolved. However, the main character continues to stir the pot, no matter how unimaginable the situation may be. It is not only the main story at hand, but the 4 or 5 other subplots that are intertwined into the spider's web. The main characters are deep and likable, its performances are incredible, especially by Isabelle Huppert, and its stories are gripping. At number 3 we have La La Land. Surprisingly enough, a musical has landed in the top 3. Despite its cheesy opening, La La Land is filled with great performances, numbers, cinematography, set work, and an inspiring message. The chemistry between Gosling and Stone are fantastic as we watch their relationship blossom. Although the two do not sound like Pavarotti, they still pull off the musical numbers as they are catchy and well written. The way the film is shot gives this a unique viewing experience. Although this is set in the present day, some of its set work and cinematography make it feel like this is set in a more nostalgic period. And above all, I love this inspiring message. Coming in at number 2 we have Hacksaw Ridge. If one were to see the trailers for this film, it comes off as this cheesy Disney feature. A guy went into combat during World War II and did not fire a single bullet, and it stars the guy from the latest Spider-Man film and Vince Vaughn. However, I was blown away. Its story is truly remarkable and one that all should know of. Its battle sequences are Saving Private Ryan-esque, as Mel Gibson directs the shine box out of this film. The performance by Andrew Garfield is incredible, and it solidifies himself as a serious actor. Possibly, above all else, is Vince Vaughn's performance. Vince Vaughn can actually act. That is the most amazing thing about this film. Okay. Vince Vaughn! He can act! What? Vince Vaughn! Before I go to the number 1 film, I have 2 honorable mentions to films that almost made the list. Sully and The Birth of a Nation. Here it is, the moment we have all been waiting for. At number 1, we have The Innocents. The Polish feature is an absolute masterpiece. Its story is mind-blowing and unheard of. As the fighting during World War II dwindles, a French Red Cross doctor who assists those of German camps finds herself in one of the craziest of situations. She is tending to 7 pregnant Polish nuns in a convent. The twists and turns seem to be non-stop and keep the viewer interested from start to finish. Not only is the story itself surreal, but so is its underlying thoughts or meanings behind certain events. There must be at least 10 scenes where one can engage on a deep dialogue of the meaning of faith and its boundaries. The character development is superb because by the end of the film, it feels like we've been through hell and back with these characters. Its performances are truly outstanding, especially by Lou Delage and Vincent Massain. Even the script is well written, with some fantastic dialogues and lines like faith is 24 hours of doubt, 1 minute of hope. This film is flawless on all levels and is guaranteed to leave all viewers enthralled. Out of all the films I've seen in 2016, these were the films that impacted me the most. If you feel that there were some films that should have made the list, please comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. See you next year.